Okay, we're going to get started with Agent 3000 Part 3 on miamirealtors.com. To the middle of the page where you see Miami Gateway, you want to click on here so that you're able to access your Miami Gateway, which holds all of your products and services. The product and services that we're going to be reviewing today are going to be inside of the Agent 3000 application, which you can find towards the bottom. Agent 3000, if you have not taken the previous classes, does include landing pages, social media tools, and single property websites. The marketing details of Agent 3000 we do discuss in Part 1. Part 1 is called All-in-One Marketing. Part 2, we really focus on that CRM, our emails, and our contacts. In this class, we're going to be talking about your specific website and how you can customize that website to better reflect you, your brand, and your business. If you have any questions throughout the class, please use the chat and I'll do my best to answer all of your questions. If I don't know the answer, I will get you the answer. I'm also going to share my details inside of the chat. So if you have any questions for me, I am one of your Miami trainers. And again, you can consider me one of your resources and part of your team. So as you click on Agent 3000, it's going to open up. Once you see this message, you can always review it. You can tap on I've read this or read later. So I'm going to tap on read later. Before we jump into your website, I want to give you an example or show you an example of my website. I'm going to click on here. When you initially get a website, it's going to have your name. .listingspy.com will be the address. You can always obtain a vanity web page name. You can either contact one of those providers like GoDaddy or Wix to go ahead and put together that vanity web address. And again, Sean will go and take the additional steps to make sure to link your listingspy.com website to your vanity web domain name. So this is an example of what that website looks like. You'll have your logo up on the top and you will have multiple pages that become available. Most of this has already been created from Sean. And what we're going to do is just kind of modify it slightly. You do have your email address and phone number up at the top. We have gone ahead and linked in our social media. We did choose a picture towards the back, and you do have a search bar where your customer can search by address, city, zip code, community, or MLS number. We've also added additional pages to the website. So for example, new construction properties, as well as brand new condos in Miami are additional pages that I've added. As I scroll down, you have most common searches that have been built out for you. So for example, you have golf course condos, waterfront condos, golf course houses, waterfront houses, condos over 200,000, under 200,000, and then homes under 200,000. Some of these have already been created for you, but you do have the ability to create your most common searches. So if you wanted to customize this and you have another idea of what you'd like to advertise on here, I'm going to show you where you can build those out. As you scroll down, you also have the ability to feature a property. So when you feature a property, it will populate on your page. All you would need is an MLS number that begins with the letter A. I'm going to show you how to do that within your website. As I continue to scroll down, you also have an additional feature that can highlight a string of different properties that your customer can review. Now, this is separate from up at the top, your property search. These are single family homes in the city of Miami. That was the search that I put together, and I am going to show you how to review that and how to activate it. We do have like a property, call or text Christy Denny's with my phone number, and then we have additional featured condo listings. As I continue to scroll down, this is an area where you can add testimonials to your website, and they can preview them if they click on testimonials. I will be showing you how to add your testimonials to your website. Down below, we have market trends, and we have the flexibility of adding our own areas. These happen to be the cities that I chose. I will be showing you in this class how to update those cities to reflect your brand. We do have our property alerts, free home valuation, and our contact information as well. And of course, you can always scroll back up to review each sector. So for example, you can activate a blog, which I'll show you how. And then under home ownership, you do have multiple articles that have already been created for you. I will be showing you how you can rearrange these if you would like to, or edit the content inside. Now that we've reviewed the website, I did want to let you know not to fret. This class has been recorded for you. So if you want to come back and give it another listen, you do have access to our classes or the Agent 3000 website class. The entire series is available inside of Miami Realtors Live, where you have 24/7 access to recorded seminars, videos, training sessions, plus live streaming events. Now, you have them on behalf of your education department as well as your Miami trainers. If you guys are YouTube users, we do have a YouTube channel I'd like to show you. It is youtube.com/trainer. You can use our playlist to find different classes. So if I tap on this looking glass and I enter the word Agent 3000, it's going to give me a list of all of the different Agent 3000 classes. So you do have the same class listed multiple times, but that's because you have multiple trainers. So this is a great opportunity that you can hear the class on behalf of different trainers and learn different things every time you watch. So I am going to share with you guys the YouTube channel, and I'll just share with you guys this playlist. And then we're going to jump into Agent 3000. From here, the first area that I want to cover with you guys is going to be the actual website. So I'm going to be talking about this website here. Remember that all of your menu items are going to be on your left-hand side. You do want to make sure that you edited all of the information inside of your settings. If you have not, tap on that green button and update that information. This will include your name, your company name, and your office information, as well as your email. And if you do have your website, you want to go ahead and add it in. Moving into logo, you want to make sure to upload that logo. You can either tap on upload or choose file to access your computer. You also have the ability to add your own image, which you do want to do that. And as you are upgraded members, or if you have the upgrade, notifications do become available to you. So you do want to check off these options, input and confirm your cell phone number. And then regarding lead routing, you do want to make sure that you are available and go ahead and syndicate these on. When you're done, tap on close. We do go into more details regarding leads and teams inside of Agent 3000 Part 4. Moving back down into website, the first menu item is set up website. This is where we're going to start. I'm going to click on here and it's going to open up that setup for us. From here, I did want to point out that you do have a how-to video. So if I'm not here with you and you want to update the information or have another look, you do have access to these pre-recorded videos. You can enter your name if you'd like to change the name of your address on your website. So if I click back on my website, this is where your name is, and that's the change that you would be making. Scrolling down, you also have the ability to change the template. So if I click on this drop-down arrow, you're going to have two that are recommended. I personally would focus on the two that are recommended. And the first one is going to have a full screen background with a search bar. The second one, which is template 4 that's recommended, is going to be the same as template 3. The ones that say not recommended, I would shy away from. The one that I currently have selected is the full screen background with speed bar search and the new property search for computer and mobile devices. I have recommended template 5. You also have the ability to change the color. And if you change the color inside of your template, then it's going to reflect on your website. I'm going to choose a bright color. I'm going to choose pink so that those changes will reflect and we are able to see all of the different areas that are reflected in the color that you select. So as I scroll down, I want to show you that you can save those changes as you go, and it'll automatically update. So I'm going to click on close. So let me click on this link that says click here to view the website, and everything In pink, I have recently updated. So when you choose that color or change that color, it'll reflect in your information. We'll turn that color, all of your menu items, as well as the blocks of information will reflect in that color when you change it. Advanced customizable search will be changed, as well as all of your links inside of your most common searches. This area will also reflect in pink, as well as your separation bars in your website. Okay, so any links, any separation bars will reflect to that color. So I wanted to show you that before you made a decision. Scrolling back up, that is your template color. From here, you're also able to select a background image. So I'm going to tap on select image, which will give me access to many images that have been uploaded into the system that you can choose from. So any of these that reflect well with you or that you enjoy, you can simply click on it to choose it. And once you click on it, you'll tap on select to save those changes. If you want to choose your own image, where it says select a file, you'll have options towards the bottom to choose a file inside of your computer. I've already selected one, so I'm going to tap on select. I have updated that image. We can tell on the right-hand side. We do have a background color. It reflects as white, but you do have a drop-down arrow where you can select a different color. Now we have some additional menus. Well, we have additional areas that you want to confirm and fill out. You have your default page title, your meta description, your meta keywords. So your default page title will reflect inside of a search, as well as your meta description. This is a short description of your website that a possible consumer will see before they click on your website. Then towards the bottom, your meta keywords are certain words that a customer could type into a search bar. If they type in those keywords, then you have more of a probability of your website reflecting on their search, or at least higher in their search. So if I click on a possible search, you can see where my website name appears, as well as my meta description and information about my website. Right over here. So here's the name. Here is my meta description and information about my website. Moving back into Agent 3000, I wanted to show you where this reflects. You also have Google Analytics that you can sign up for. You do have the address here, www.google.com/analytics. This is a free service, and Google will guide you to create a UA number that you can simply paste into Google Analytics. That's going to give you access to analytics about your website. How many people are visiting your website? How long are they staying on your website? So designers like to use those analytics to better customize their websites, right? So that they can keep track of how it is that these changes are reflecting the traffic to their website. AdWorks is also available, and you can use it for advertising purposes. It is a third-party company that you can contact, but it does shake hands with your listing spy website. From here, you have an IDX Lead Capture setting. What is this and what does it mean? When a consumer searches your website, we're making a decision about how many searches they can do on your website before the system forces them to register with you. So this is a great way to receive or capture leads. I have selected 3. So they recommend anywhere between 0 and 5. I think that somebody should at least be able to search a few times or play around on your website to see how it works before you force a registration. So you can input 3. If you have created a specific email campaign for persons that you capture on your website, you can click this drop down arrow and select that option. So for example, you have a new client campaign I'm going to go ahead and select this one as that option. That means that they'll automatically begin to receive a drip campaign from me in the form of an email once they register. Now we have our auto email response. How is it that you would like to respond to your consumer? And you can update this information inside of your email settings. So if I tap on this drop down arrow, I have different emails that I went ahead and I selected. You can read more options about this inside of your auto email. And this is available in your automation section so that you can email or create these settings. If you click on this drop down arrow, you'll have access to your automation. From here, you want to click on your auto email. And when you open your auto email, you can go ahead and select which one you'd like to use. You have 3 that are available. You have your property search, just curious, are you an investor or home buyer? And you have the 3rd option that's already been created for you, which is more properties than Zillow. So for example, if this is the one that you're interested in, you have an example of what it says that you can review and read. Hi, customer's first name. Thanks for visiting my website just now. Just curious, are you an investor or potentially looking for a home to move into? Then your information will automatically syndicate your full name and your office name with a PS. You can log in, create searches, and save your favorite properties anytime by visiting, and your website will populate here. You can go ahead and copy this email. Once you copy the email, it's automatically going to be syndicated here. And once you do that, you tap on save. When you tap on save, it's been successfully saved as an auto email in your database, and you tap on close. Now, if you want to make any changes to this, you can always tap on edit to change the information. But once your auto email is created and syndicated, you would then go back to your website. So I'm going to click on that drop down arrow and go back to my setup. I'm going to scroll down. And here, an auto email response, I can tap on here. And these are the recent updates that I did. So I just did this one, created January 19, 2022. I'm going to select it, and that's how you syndicate that. You also have an opportunity to select an auto SMS response after property searches. So this means the auto SMS is going to be a response to your consumer via text message. If you're interested in this, you would have to set up an additional account with Twilio in your automation section. So first step would be to visit twilio.com and set up an account. The second step would be to, again, tap on automation and tap on Twilio. I, at this time, do not have a text message service set up with Twilio, but I understand that each text message is fairly economic. From here, you do have the opportunity to create IDX property search values. So what you're doing is creating a custom, well, not a custom search, the beginning of a search inside of your IDX. So when you go into your website, let's show you an example. And I click on property search. I've selected to begin a search in Aventura for residential property that's active. This is a start point that they can preview property, but you can update that information to reflect your farming area and the area that you're comfortable working. Now, from here, I also want to let you know that they can choose whichever location they want to. So if they click on here, they can always remove Aventura and begin their own search. They can search by city, by community, county, zip code, or even region. They can apply their own filters and save their searches. But their initial search will reflect or be populated here. I also included 150 and up as my starting point. I made those changes inside of this area, the IDX property search default values. So again, if you wanted to change that, you can tap on that X and input any area of interest that you would want. Miami Springs, for example. Now here, 47 properties are listed at this time, Miami Shores 85. So as you make that decision, that's another aspect that you can keep in mind. If I select Miami, for example, there's 10,247 listed. So I'm going to tap on Miami just for a bigger search. You can also decide whether you want them to preview your website in a grid view, a map view, or a list view. Now, again, your customer is able to view those properties however they'd like. So if they tap on that property search, on the right-hand side, I currently have it as a list view. But if they wanted to see it as a map view, they can. If they wanted to see it as a list view, this is how it would appear. And then the grid view looks like this. So now that you've seen all three options, you can go back into Agent 3000 and decide which one you like best. Reviewing the website once more, I really like the map view, so that's what I'm going to select. We also have another sector here that's a smart lender co-marketing option. If you work with a specific mortgage officer and you wanted to input their information, you can. It's going to request the officer's name, their cell phone number, their NMLS number, as well as the name of their company. If you are going to syndicate them to your website, I would have a conversation with them, letting them know that you're going to be advertising them this way and how to follow up with your customers and yourself. Moving down, you also have a single featured property. So this is where you would highlight the property on your website. Let's scroll to the middle of this page so you can see where this featured website is. So you can see where this featured listing is. You can see that the pictures are available here, and it does have some additional information about this property. If your customer were to click on view property, they would be brought into almost a full property web page where they're able to see the status, the price point, and the address. The pictures would be available with additional pictures towards the bottom, the remarks of the property, and it'll also give them a message that says text message A111-41959 to my phone number for financing or additional options. Your property details will be below. Amenities, if there's any on the listing, will be listed, as well as interior features, exterior features, and a map showing you where that property is located and points of interest so that your customers will have access to that info. They'll also be able to see that information as a satellite view. And they can increase their map clicking on the toggle full screen view option to further see additional details. As they scroll down, they'll have an area where they can request a showing from you. They can input their name, their phone number, a message to you, their email address, and send you a message. Also, if your customer is interested in sharing this property, they can share it via Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and through an email. Towards the bottom, there's that legal notice and copyright information letting them know that this listing does not belong to you. For example, if it's a listing that you do not, that you are not listing, and it will give them that attribution, which is highlighted here. MLS listing courtesy of Douglas Elliman. Towards the bottom, they'll have additional information about signing up for property alerts, signing up for a free home valuation, or just contacting you as their potential agent. How is it that you would select a property to use? Simple. You would enter your Miami gateway and you would access the matrix system. If you're a Rapatoni user, you can use Rapatoni. And from here, you would simply select a listing. You can tap on search and do a search in your farming area. So for example, if I was interested in doing another search, I can search for an active property that's single family, tapping on single in the city of Coconut Grove, maybe. I have 4 matches. Let me see my results. And these are all of my options. I can tap on my photos to see which one I'd like to syndicate. Our first option is Lovely. Our second option, our third, Beautiful. I love the exposed beams. And our fourth option, I have decided that I want to update that listing. So I'm going to highlight the MLS number. But really, you can choose any listing that's active inside of the MLS that begins with the letter A. It has to begin with the letter A because this is a Miami Association program. So if I tap on here, I would simply remove this MLS number, enter my MLS number, and that will update that information. Now, how is it that you are to update your social media inside of your website? Simply add the complete address to access your social media. You can input Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn, as well as Pinterest, Instagram, and your Skype information. Any changes that you make, you want to make sure to save them, and it will automatically update your website. From there, you have this link where you can click to view any changes that you've made. So in today's class, I made a few changes. I went ahead and I updated the color of my menu items. We also updated our search criteria, and we also updated our featured property. Okay, let's continue to update our website. Scrolling back up into our menu items, under website, we're going to tap on content list. Under content list, this is syndicating and showing you all of the different tabs in your website. So if I click on my website, we're talking about these tabs here, as well as the drop-down menus under each tab. So if I tap on Agent 3000, you have the opportunity to either have it published, to edit it, or to delete it. So if I tap on edit, you'll have access to updating either that external link name, which is under menu name, to something else. You can do South Florida blog if you want one. Now, if you don't use one, you can always uncheck this so that it doesn't reflect on your website. I'm going to keep mine because I do have goals to begin my blog. You also have menu owner, and this is a menu item only. So it's letting you know that it's just a title that has a drop down. Under this drop down, you have additional articles that have been created for you, like pricing your home. If you tap on pricing your home, you have the ability to edit that information tapping on edit. This will give you access to all of the details inside. From here, I did want to let you know that you do have a source code. So you could update this information to include images or pictures that you would like. A great website that you can use is going to be canva.com because you can publish things and you'll receive the HTML coding. In this class, I don't have time to completely create a new website, a new image here for my article, but I did want to show you a sneak peek. So as I open canva.com, I only want to show you where you can locate that HTML coding. From here, I'm going to select web page template and see what I have available. From here, I'll have different options that are going to be available for me. I did want to let you know that you can click on the one that best suits you. Let's say, what if I do website real estate? Okay, so from here, I'm going to go ahead and select one of these options. Let's say I select this one. and I update the information. And I update the information so that it reflects the way that I need it to. From here, I wanted to show you that you can tap on these three dots and you can select See All. And once you select See All, you select Embed. When you select Embed, you click it again and you see where it says HTML coding. You can simply copy that information. Now, when you go back into Agent 3000, what you would do is you would tap on Source. Once you tap on Source, you would control and paste the HTML coding that I just showed you, and then press Source again, which will reflect the image that's on that website. So what I'm trying to explain is that that's a great website that you can take the verbiage on each page, update it so it's in a beautifully branded way that you can do inside of Canva, and then paste it into each sector of your website. Towards the bottom, you do have a meta description. Meta descriptions are very important because they help you find, well, they don't help you find, they help customers find your page. So if you input inside of your meta description, a meta description like why you should not overprice your home, and meta keywords like real estate, homeowner, overpriced, new home. You can go ahead and update this information so that all of your different sectors in your website have both that meta description and those keywords, which will make your website more easier to find. Clicking on New will give you access to creating a whole new area. So for example, you're able to either select whether you want it published or not. To simply click off the publish will remove the page from your website. You're also able to select if it's going to be an external link. So if I tap on external link, it's going to give me options to syndicate additional pages to my website. An example of an additional page that I can add here. If I go inside of my Miami Gateway and I scroll down, we do have a benefit of being able to sell as well as advertise new homes and developments. And if I tap on New Home Professional, it's going to give me the option of pulling my page. If you've never created a page before, we do have a class that discusses both portals, but you would simply hover over your name and you do have the ability to create this widget. So I would tap on my showingnew.com site. From here, you can go ahead and copy your website. If you've never created it before, you want to customize your first name, your last name, and if you have any designations, review and confirm your email address, phone number, nickname if you have one, and link your website. You want to scroll down and upload your image as well as your logo. And from the two images here, you can tap on choose or provide a different background. You either choose this one or this one, whichever one you like best, or upload your own. Once you're done, scroll to the bottom and tap on save. When you tap on save, it'll automatically create this page for you. Now, if I open that up, this is what that page looks like. Consumers are able to search an inventory of all of the new homes associated with developers. So not only do you have to sell resold homes, but you can sell brand new and advertise it on your website. All you would have to do is select this link, go back into Agent 3000, and you see where it says external link URL, simply paste it. And you see where it says menu title, give it a title. So give it a title and tap on save. Once you've tapped on save, you automatically have that syndicated as one of your pages. As I move down my mouse to the bottom, you have it available here. You also have the ability to unpublish by simply clicking on or clicking off the published. And then you see where it says, or you have these little X's, you're able to hover your mouse and simply change the order if you would like. Okay, so you're able to kind of move things around if you'd like. Simply select it, tap on Save New Order to make those changes. So you can go ahead and customize the content. If I click back on my website and I refresh it, then I do have it available here, brand new homes in South Florida. And if I tap on here, they'll become available. Okay. I'm going to move back into the Agent 3000. I'm going to scroll down and unpublish one of these. Tap on Update, Save Menu Order, go back into my website, refresh, and I like this better. Okay, brand new homes in South Florida, brand new condos in Miami. Okay, so you can syndicate any page. So for example, if you already have a real estate page inside of your broker's website, you can add that page very easily. Moving back into Agent 3000, and moving into blog. So if you're interested in beginning a blog, this is a great place that you can start. You can simply tap on where it says new and you'll have access to updating that blog title, inputting that information. You also have categories that you can create. You also have the ability to use source code. So again, you can always go back into canva.com to edit and update those blogs. Where it says meta description, you can add additional information. And again, the more content you have on the website that people can search, the more likely you are to be pulled. A great way to figure out what you want to blog about is to pretend that you're the customer. What would you blog about if you were, well, what would you search for if you were thinking about buying a home? What would you search for if you were interested in potentially selling your home? Based on the searches that you come up with, think of that process and input information that would be interesting and beneficial for your customers. Here we have our slider images. Slider images are available if you chose the second template. In this case, the second template has multiple images that become available when you select that option. This is a space that it'll allow you to update those multiple images. We're talking about our initial first picture. Template 3 will allow you to have multiple images on here that switch off. But you have to have that template open to have this available. Quick search links. So from here, you're able to create these quick search links. If I go back into our website, we're talking about these, our most common searches. So what you would do, if I click on the Agent 3000, is you would give that link a name. You can input a name like luxury homes. You can select bedrooms and baths if you want. You can add a maximum price or a minimum price. I'm going to put a minimum of $1 million. And then you're also able to add additional information such as golf, pool. Let's do luxury pool homes. We're going to select a pool. We're going to say yes. As we scroll down, you can include waterfront information, yes or no. Subdivision information if you want to focus on a specific subdivision. You can also tailor it to a specific city, specific zip code, area, counties. You also have the opportunity to select a specific property type. So in this example, I want to select residential real estate. And from property subtype, I also want to select single family homes. But again, you have all of the different features available so that you can get super creative with your common searches. You also have your waterfront description. So if you do want to be by water, you can select whether that's going to be canal, creek, lagoons, lakes, etc. You also can select what properties will become available. I want to search active. I want active with contract, as well as coming soon properties to syndicate. As I scroll down, I want to make sure that I tap on submit. And my quick link has been created and saved. I'm going to click on close. And you can see that I have all of my different options towards the bottom. And I do have my luxury pool homes available here. You are able to always go back and edit these if you would like, or delete them off your page. I'm going to go ahead and go back into my website, refresh the information, and it should syndicate it as a search. Luxury pool homes. And when I click on it, if there's property available, it will syndicate. If this happens to you, you can always go back into Agent 3000 and make additional changes. So for example, I'm going to click on my luxury pool homes. I'm going to edit that information. And I'm going to see what happens. So far my status, I have active with contract and coming soon. And I focused on residential property. And I made the mistake of selecting mobile home. So I'm going to unclick that and tap on single family. When I tap on single family, I'm going to submit. That quick link has been updated. I'm going to tap on close, and then I'm going back into my website and I'm going to be refreshing it. You do want to check changes that you've made. Let me exit out. Go back into the website, scroll down and tap on my luxury pool homes. And now all of the information is syndicating the way that I wanted it to. So now if somebody clicks on here, they're able to see those initial properties with the searches that I've created up at the top. The only changes I made was I wanted it to be 1 million up. My results are also listed here. I selected residential, single family, active with contract, coming soon, or pool. The person can always come in and remove some of these features if they would like. Moving back into Agent 3000, our next sector is the featured listing line 1. What we are making changes here, let me go ahead and show you on the website before we make those changes. Let's go back to our homepage. I'm going to scroll down past common searches in the featured property and tap on featured single family homes. From here, you're able to customize which listings you'd like to syndicate onto your page. We want to tap on Agent 3000 and give it a name. So for example, I inputted featured single family homes. I added a minimum price point, but you have the opportunity to customize these however you'd like. You can do a maximum price point if you want. And if you have specific listings that you wanted to add here, what you can do is add the MLS numbers. This is a great idea if you have multiple listings that you want to show, if you are part of a team and you want to show your team listings, or if you have multiple listings that you want to syndicate in a specific farming area. You're also able to either leave this blank, type in your office information, and then the office listings that you are part of will syndicate on your website. This is available if you'd like to add the MLS numbers of a specific agent, and then their listings become syndicated to your page. When you're making changes or updating information, you can choose the type of business that you would like to input. So you can either choose the property type of business, commercial lot, residential income, or more. You can also select your property subtypes and then which statuses you would like to highlight. From there, you can customize it by city. So if you don't want to do any of the above and you simply want to just select a city you want to highlight, then you can. Either a city, a zip code, counties, communities, or areas. When you're done, tap on save and it'll automatically be updated on your website. You do have the opportunity to feature listings on 2 lines. Okay, so as I go back into my website, this would be line 1 after your featured listing, and this would be line 2. So what I did was I featured single families and condos, but another option is to feature homes, which will include maybe single family, townhouses, villas, etc. And then maybe for featured line of your second featured line, maybe you can do duplexes, triplexes, income producing properties, right? Vacation homes, rentals, whatever you would like. Moving back into Agent 3000, featured line 1 and 2 are the same. Now we're going to talk about our market trends. The cities that I selected were Aventura, Bar Harbor, Coconut Grove, Coral Gables, and Doral. How I did that was simple. You would simply select the city of interest. So for example, Cutler Bay, I would simply tap on it, and then it would become one of the cities that I want to highlight on my website. You can update or include up to 8 cities if you would like. So far we have Aventura, Bar Harbor, Coconut Grove, Coral Gables, Cutler Bay, and Doral. You can add a few more. Once you're done, you tap on Save, tap on Close, and if I show you the website, that information is reflected here under Market Trends. What'll be available for them is the area that you've selected, the sales price in that area, and they're also have privy to a 30-day price graph. So if they tap on View Graphs, they'll have this great graph available to them. Okay, and again, towards the bottom, your information to kind of continue to prompt them to work with you. Scrolling down, you have your ability to update your testimonials. To input a new testimonial, you would tap on that plus sign where it says new testimonial in the top right-hand corner. And from here, you would put the name of the person giving you the testimonial and input that information. Tapping on close. The testimonials on your website are syndicated. Let me go to your homepage. Right after your featured listings right here, they will scroll. Also, they can tap on testimonials and there's an entire page dedicated to them. Very important to begin to find testimonials and include them in your marketing. Towards the bottom or the last option on your website, you have IDX embedded code. From here, this is very important and a great option for you guys if you have multiple websites. If you have multiple websites and you would like to add a search capability, because that is what the IDX embedded code is, whether it's a mobile-friendly code that you want to add in another web page that you have, you can simply copy and paste this in. This is the HTML coding for that. From there, this completes all of the information that you have or all of your options when it comes to your websites. The other options that we do talk about are associated with your initial class, which is going to be Agent 3000 Part 1. In Agent 3000 Part 1, we talk about all of your marketing options. So if you're interested in learning how to use the system for marketing, in Agent 3000 Part 1, we talk about your landing pages, your social media tools, as well as your reports, flyers, single property websites, Craigslist options, QR codes, and sign writers. In this class, what we go over is updating your websites. We also talk about your automation. We review the information with you, but you also have access to reports. So if I tap on reports, there are different reports that you can do for yourself. This includes a agent ranking report. So if you're interested in how it is that you are ranking against other agents in your area, you can choose the date range and how you'd like to compare yourself, whether that's going to be based on sales or listings. You can compare volume, like dollar amount or size. And then you can pick the property type that you specialize in and the cities that you normally work in. You can either do a city, a zip code, a county, or specific areas. These last options are completely optional since I do not currently sell real estate. I don't have information that I can show you, but I did want to show you that you have this report. You can do the same for your production statistics. So if you wanted to pull your production and have this available for a possible presentation or a meeting with your broker, you do have this report that you can use. You have area sales comparisons as well, where you can compare different areas. And then towards the bottom, you have the absorption rate option where you can see in a specific area how fast properties are selling. You can choose the property type, the range if you'd like, whether it's waterfront or not, and you choose the city that you'd like to compare or the zip code or area. Tapping on submit will allow you to create those different reports. Your leads, just in case you want a sneak preview, are available under leads where you'll have access to an IDX lead tracker. So if I tap on here, the system allows you to review and preview any of the leads that have come in. And you're also able to see how that lead reached your website. So you can see the home valuation leads. So if anybody has clicked on your website towards the bottom, if they have clicked free home valuation, get a free home valuation here, it will reflect inside of Agent 3000 under instant home valuation lead, as well as home valuation form leads, landing page leads, website contact page leads. So if they clicked to contact you on your website, listing details request leads. So for example, if they viewed one of the listings on your website and clicked for additional details, it would fall here. And listing alert form leads. So again, this helps you stay organized and know how it is that you're going to respond to a particular consumer only because it's syndicated inside of the CRM. If you want more details about the CRM, we do cover it in Agent 3000 Part 3. Again, both classes are available, or all 4 classes are available inside of youtube.com and inside of your Miami Gateway, inside of the program Miami Realtors Live. Thank you for being with me this afternoon. If you have any questions, I'm here to help you. Again, my name is Christy Denny's and my information is available in the chat. My email address is christy@miamire.com. Feel free to contact me inside of the chat if you have any questions for me later. If you're interested in the upgrade, contact Sean. He can go ahead and syndicate and activate this website for you. His information is on the top right-hand corner of each page. You have access to the email address, support@agent3000.com. Also, if you have any issues with your website and you need it fixed, he can assist you with that. And you also have a phone number, 239-728-1152. Thank you for being with me this afternoon. Thank you for being Miami members and have a great rest of your afternoon. Bye, guys.